Hey y'all, welcome to the Main J Show. It's your boy Main J, and this is another episode of Main Chat. I know it's been a while, but I feel like it's time for me to be here talking to you all once again. So, before we get started with today's show and today's topic, I just want to remind you all that I have a book that is out right now. The book is called Hurt on Purpose. It is a bestseller. It can be found on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Kindle, any place where books are sold. Just Google the book, Hurt on Purpose, my name, Jermaine O'Butts, and you will be able to find it. Or you can get it directly through me. Here's my book right here, just so you can see it. You can go on my website, themainjchatshow.com, and there's a link where you can get it through me, and you can get it signed. Yeah, you can get it signed, and I will deliver it to you. And I also put a special message, like thank you for the support, thank you for the love, something like that. So you'll definitely get that. All right. Let's get started with today's show. Today, I want to talk about keep moving on and forward and keep smiling while you're doing it. Guarding your posture and watching what you say. And it comes with the territory and it comes with the process. Want me to say it again? Keep smiling and keep going on. Guarding what you say and watching your posture. And it comes with the territory and with the process. Okay. Many of you all know that I wrote a book. And I wrote a book about my life and my experiences and my feelings and what I went through, how I went through, how it became, and all those types of different things. I talk about lessons, accountability, things I blamed myself for, weights that I carried for years that I should have never carried, and all those different types of things. And as an author, especially when you do a book that I did, certain things come with the territory, like being called a liar. It didn't happen like that by people who were never there. Your credibility will be discredited, which is going on right now. And I had to realize that certain things come with the territory. Number one, I wrote a book. God led, God instructed. And I was prepared for some backlash by certain people that are not mentioned by name, but mentioned by situation and by title of who they are to me. And when you tell the truth, your truth, and you've been lying or acting like stuff didn't happen, I don't want to say lying, acting like stuff didn't happen, and you've been putting on this persona for years on your end and them on their end, and then when you finally shed a light to something, it does something to the darkness, because now either you have to come forward and rebuttal against what was said, or now you have to realize that I have to finally acknowledge and address and actually deal with what I haven't dealt with for years, because now it's out there on the forefront. And I came to tell people that no matter what you do, whether you write a book, you write music, you do poems, whether you want to start a business, you want to be a better father, a better husband or wife, better mother, you want to go back to school, there is always going to be opposition, especially when people want to stay stuck and stagnant, and they're not working on their gifts, they're not working on their skills, they're not working on their craft. So they want to make you feel bad because now you are shedding light. Excuse me. Now you are shedding light to where they are. And it comes with the territory. And I just want to tell you all, number one, don't keep silent at the expense of others. While you have the right to remain silent, you have the right to speak up and speak your truth and tell your story. In my book, I talk about closed mouths don't get fed, closed mouths don't get healed. Sometimes where you're at in life, you realize I'm here because I kept my mouth shut. I'm here because I didn't address, I didn't acknowledge, I didn't do anything. And now it's affecting my life. Sometimes it's affecting your marriage. It's affecting how you parent your children. And the only way to get to the root and to the bottom of it is you have to say where it stems from. And sometimes it stems from your parents, your guardians, your family. And in order to get help, you have to address that it came from there in order to now move on and move forward. And you can't tell what didn't happen. Yeah, some people lie, but you can't tell what didn't happen. Most people don't lie about abuse and about assault and about all those other things. Okay. It's sad because even with my book, and then I'm going to use this to go to the next phase, and I know I'm going to be all over the place. And it's sad because one particular relative who happens to be, I can say it because she's going around saying stuff, so I can say what I got to say on my platform. My older sister, out of all the things in the book, how I healed, how I went to therapy, how I got help, how I faced my abuser on my own, kept silent about it during the whole process, never told my siblings so they could have my back, never told my parents, never told nobody, just did it on my own. Out of all the things that were in the book, they took one thing about talking about a family situation that I dealt with that they weren't even there for. And I say that all to say is that I've had a whole bunch of people up here telling me how great the book is. Good for telling your story. I've had foster siblings and people in foster care tell me, thank you for telling a story that we couldn't tell. I've had other people saying the book was very well written. It was an easy read. It was easy to understand. I didn't get lost. I've had people say it's powerful. I had people say, wow, you just never know. Every time I saw you as a kid, you were always smiling and, nice, and you were always praising and rejoicing. But behind that praise, there was a story to tell. Thank you for teaching me what perseverance looks like. I've had people say, I'm going to use some of these lessons in my messages. I'm going to use some of these lessons in my personal life. I'm going to use some of these lessons in my church to preach about. And I've had all these positive people. One negative person almost outweighed all the positive people and all the positive things and the positive accomplishment that I'm the first author in my family, the first best-selling author in my family, the first one to really start talking about not sweeping stuff under the rug and addressing things and being healed and going to therapy and talking about mental illness and being on medication and just exposing a lot of different things. And I almost let this one person, one situation, or the very few people outweigh the many. And I had to come back and say, no, this means that I'm on the right track. And when you're on the right track, whether it's, once again, starting your business, going back to school, there's going to be people that are supporting you in your corner. Go back to school, start the business, work on the album, write the poem. Yes, it's good that you want to be in your children's life. You want to be a better mother, a better father, a better husband, a better wife, a better person in general. You don't want to be bitter. You don't want to be broken. You want to be healed. You want to walk in deliverance. You want to be happy. You want to have healthy relationships, healthy communications. And then it's going to be people that are going to be negative. And they're going to be negative because now it exposes them. They're going to be negative by saying, why you want to start the business? Because they want to start a business, and because they've been lazy and lackadaisical and not been working on their dreams and goals, they're going to try to make you feel guilty because now you want to do it. Because they are still broken and they want to remain broken, or they don't want to acknowledge or admit certain issues and certain problems. They want to make you feel bad because you are putting the light on it and saying, hey, I'm in dysfunction. I'm sitting there laughing with people who hurt me and abuse me and acting like it didn't happen and just keeping my mouth shut. And then eventually one day it started bothering me. There are people like that who are saying, I'm not going to treat my children the way how my parents treat me. I'm no longer going to sit on my goals and be around people that don't want to do nothing. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable or makes you think that I'm better, I'm not saying that I'm better. They're not saying that they're better neither. What they're saying is that they're better than this. They're better than where they are. They're better than this situation. They're better than this circumstance. They want to be better. They want to be healed. They want to make sure that they don't pass certain things down to their own children or destroy their own relationships and their own friendships. And the only thing they can hear is you moving forward or you moving on. And, because of that, you think that you're this and you're that. And that's what happens. It comes with the territory. But don't not be healed because other people want to stay broken. You be healed. Do not start the business or not start telling your truth at the expense of others. You are not a weight carrier. It's your job to carry your weights, your burdens. And even then, some of those go to God. It's okay to put some of the stuff back on the people. You know what? Mom, dad, auntie, uncle, when I was younger, you abused me. You did this, you did this. And because I didn't get the love or the response or I got the abuse, it caused me to do these different things. And I'm taking responsibility for the things that I did, but I know where it stems from. And sorry if it brings a light on a quote unquote what looks like a perfect family, a perfect friendship, or a perfect life, or a perfect situation, but it's not perfect. It is not right. And I have the right to be healed. I have the right to tell my truth, my story, my perspective. I have the right to live healed. I have the right to live whole. I have the right to progress. I have the right to move on. I have the right to move forward. I have the right not to remain where I am. And if everybody else around me wants to remain where they are, you can stay there, but I'm going up. I'm going to do everything that I want to do. I'm going to accomplish my dreams. But just know that when you're going to do those things, that certain things come with the territory. But just guard your posture. Watch what you say, because there are people who are watching to see you succeed. But there's also people that are watching to see you fail. Because if you succeed, there's going to be people say, wow, they succeeded, so I can succeed. They overcame, so I can overcome. And even if you fall or make a slip up, because I had a quick moment where I got a little out of line and I said something I shouldn't have said. In that moment, I can acknowledge it and guess what? Get back and keep going and moving forward. And that is something that is going to be part of the territory, and you're just going to have to learn. So when you're writing down your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, and you're writing out, your 1 year plan, your 5 year plan, write down it is expected that people are going to walk out. Write down that it's expected that people are going to turn against you. Write down that there's going to be people that you thought that was going to ride with you that aren't going to ride with you, and people that you thought that were against you are really for you. Have people in your ear and around you that's uplifting you and encourage you. Say, keep on going. Just ignore it. This is part of it, but we got your back. If you fall, you mess up, just keep on getting up. But this is the season. People are coming forward saying, I'm not raising my children how I was raised. I'm not bringing my kids around this. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to get out of this toxicity. I'm not going to be in damaging relationships no more. People are coming forward about abuse and about all these different things. People are coming forward about saying they're getting therapy and they're getting help. This is the season. And I came to tell somebody as you're watching this, I'm trying not to go into the tongues. I'm trying not to get caught up. I'm trying not to, get too happy. But be healed. Be free of the past. And by any means necessary. And if people are going to be disappointed, then let them be disappointed. Don't carry on that disappointment. Don't carry on, that discouragement. Don't carry on any guilt that does not belong to you. Because that's what happens. If I come up with this song, they're gonna think this. If I write this poem and I go live, they're gonna think this. Or if I continue writing this book, how many times I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe I shouldn't tell this, maybe I shouldn't testify, maybe I shouldn't write the book at all. But after hearing some people say, Jermaine, guess what? This book has helped me. There's going to be people said that song helped me. I thought I was the only one. That poem that you read when you went to that panel and you spoke to us and you talked about these certain things, that helped me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's what it's all about. But know that it comes with the territory and it's okay. And just remember that if God is for you, no one could be against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Things will happen, but you will get to your destination. It's going to be a lot of, how many of y'all have been going to your destination on a plane and the flight's delayed? There's going to be some delays, but eventually you will get on the plane. And sometimes as you're going up and you're going to your destination, there's some turbulence. There's going to be some, I'm trying not to preach today. It's going to be a little shaky and a little wobbly. And, that's the lies and the people discouraging you and telling you, why you opening up a restaurant and why are you doing that? And now you open up a second location, who they think, and all that turbulence of why they wrote the book or why they thinking they can sing or why they thinking they're going back to school and getting their education to be better and do better. They're getting upset because you want to do better. That's the sad part. But it's going to be a little turbulence. But guess what? You will land. You will arrive. You will accomplish what you set out to do in spite of the people that you're going to have to leave behind and separate from, since they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you strive. They don't want to see you grow, and they want to see you in dysfunction. That's how you can tell real people in your life and the fakes. Because when people allow you to be in dysfunction, because they're in dysfunction, I understand hurt people, but dysfunction likes dysfunction. Hurt likes hurt. Misery likes misery. And when you realize that you don't want none to do with that, and they want you to stay stuck in that instead of push, you don't need that in your life. And grateful that you came out of the darkness and came into the light when you did, because it's never too late. You will get to your destination. You will get there. You will make it in spite of everything that comes with the territory. But you just got to guard what you say. Watch what you say. Watch what comes out of your mouth, because you can be your own worst enemy. You can you can start agreeing with what everybody else is saying, or you can agree with your goals, your vision, and what the Lord says. Guard your posture, because it's going to be easy to be deterred. It's going to be easy sometimes for people to try to pull you back. But watch your posture and lean on to the positive people in your life. You will get there. Some of us travel by car. Sometimes there's bumps in the road. You got to swerve sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be storms, depending how long you're traveling. Sometimes you're going to have to detour and get off the highway, go down some streets just to get back on the same highway, just to get to your destination. It happens. But expect it. It's part of it. And it hurts, especially from the people who it's coming from. It hurts, healing hurts. Moving on, letting people go, it hurts. Walking in the truth, it sets you free. But sometimes realizing the truth in you and in others and saying it, it hurts, because there's some growing that has to be done now. There's some pulling of roots and pulling up pain and stuff that has to happen. It's some responsibility saying that, I put off school for so long. I put off this stuff for so long. This is what I did, but here and no further. And if that means that I got to let these people go or move forward or move on without them, and whenever they're ready, I'm here with open arms. Welcome to the college life. Welcome to being a better father, better parent life. Welcome to the therapy life. Welcome to the life of no longer sweeping stuff under the rug. But do not walk in guilt. Do not be in guilt. Love yourself enough to do better for yourself. Love yourself enough to know that when you're in error and you've been stuck and you're ready to grow, and love yourself enough to stick through the process. Own everything. Own it. Stick through it. Remain positive. Keep on smiling, and know that you're doing something right. when all the opposition is coming against you. Because now your light is shining. And it's causing the people that are in the darkness or stuck and stagnant to either have to remain there. Because once you start going, well, wow, you're the only one in that group that's actually doing something with their lives. Where's everybody else at? I don't know, but I'm here getting my education. I'm here signing a loan or signing a contract because I want to be a homeowner. I want to do this. I want to do that. I can't be worried about everybody else. Don't let people stop you. Don't let people hinder you. Don't let people make you feel guilty or bad. Like I said earlier in this segment, it is not your job to bear other people's weights and burdens and problems and issues. It is not your job to stay stuck at other people's expenses. It's not your job to lie and live a lie and living in delusion and dysfunction. Living in a character that now you actually believe because you've been lying for so long. I refuse to do it. I refuse to live there. I'm living in peace. I'm living in happiness. I'm living in truth. I still have a ways to go. There's still things that I still, that still triggers me, that still bothers me, that lets me know that there's still work to do. But one thing I will not do is live in denial. I will not live in defeat. I will not live in guilt. I will not feel bad for doing what God told me to do, going where God wants me to go, being what God wants me to do. I will no longer be my worst enemy and talk myself out of things. I was almost to the point like, you know what? I almost regret writing the book. And I'm like, for what? It's my truth and my story in my life. Some of y'all almost regret writing a song, starting a business, going back to school, leaving people alone because they were no good. Even some of your own family, whatever it is, they act like they ain't part of this family. They ain't related to us. They act like they better and all. And they try to. Don't feel guilty for wanting better, for wanting more, for going after your dreams and your goals. Sometimes it's going to be lonely. It's part of the process and the territory. I love you all. Thank you all for listening. Continue to keep me lifted in your prayers as I continue to fight the good fight of faith, as I continue to promote my book, as I continue to talk about healing, as I continue to heal in other areas, because I am working on another book. And I'm excited about that, but I'm happy about the one and the work that this one is doing. And I'm good. I'm in a happy place in spite of the people that are trying to discredit my writer's credibility, and the ones that are trying to humble a liar, and the ones that want me to be set back and go back and live in dysfunction and hide and sweep stuff under the rug, and what goes on in this house stays in this house, and all that type of stuff. That's of the past. In this day and age, it is okay to do all the things that I mentioned: therapy, moving on and moving forward, as you should, in your timing, in your voice, in your way, and not let nobody dictate your actions and your movement for your journey to be healed, or for your journey to just move forward and grow. Live out your life, your one life that you have. Live your best life. Live your life blessed. Live your life whole. Live your life in peace. Live your life in dignity. If you're a believer and you watch this, live your life in God, and you will notice the difference. Thank you all for tuning in. Get hurt on purpose. God bless you. Until the next time. Peace.